Designing Walk-in Coolers by BT Builders. Walk-in coolers are a large investment. Just the insulated walls, ceilings, and refrigeration roughly cost between $25 to $45 per square foot. These are 2009 numbers. Depending on your specifications, not including floor loading, drains, lighting, curbing, type of flooring, hot water, etc. The first thing in determining what your walk-in cooler should require is to determine what product you are trying to produce. Will you require multiple coolers to establish your end product? Do you need freezers? Will you need a blast freezer, which freezes food in 2 hours? A properly designed facility is important because the additional mixing, processing, and packaging steps that may be part of the food processing increase the opportunity for cross-contamination. Pallets and bins coming directly from a supplier may also be a source of contamination. Proper facility design can significantly reduce this potential hazard when designing product flow. Considering the following. Always start with the intake and location of the raw materials to the processed area, then to the cooked area, and extremely important, the location of the dry food goods. Another example would be if you are a vegetable distributor. The cooler cost is not as severe as if you are producing meat products. Meat products are normally governed by the USDA guidelines, or FSIS, Food Safety and Inspection Service. Remember, if your plant will be inspected by the FSIS or the USDA, then 9 CFR Part 304, elimination of prior approval requirements for establishment drawings and specifications, equipment and certain partial quality control programs, the final rule, which came effective September 24, 1997, takes precedence. This is saying that the Food Safety and Inspection Service now sees if your plant will meet the guidelines after the construction is completed. So be very careful in your endeavor. We absolutely encourage you to hire an expert who is familiar with the USDA guidelines before even starting this type of plant. The FSIS will continue to verify through inspection that sanitation requirements are being met. Number 1, when designing product flow, consider the following. Moving product from raw to final cooked product areas to schematically reduce the risk of contamination along the way. Locating trash dumpsters and receptacles so that they do not create a risk of product contamination. Selecting rooms large enough to permit the installation of all necessary equipment with space for establishment, operations, and inspection. Locating people passageways to provide maximum clearance to products, work areas, and production equipment, and keeping truckways unobstructed. Number 2, the people traffic flow. Inadequate control of flow of people through product operational areas is one of the most serious risks for production contamination. People can act as carriers and bring from the outside contaminants such as dirt, debris, and vermin, which are ideal vectors for microbiological growth and which can directly and indirectly contaminate product. Ways in which you can reduce and control the flow of people, including the following. Establishment design should not require personnel not routinely assigned to specific work areas to be routed through those work areas. For example, personnel working in the live animal areas should not be required to travel through cooked product areas to use welfare rooms. Welfare rooms such as toilet rooms, dressing rooms, locker rooms, and cafeterias should be designed to minimize contamination because of the traffic patterns of the people. Number 3, separation of raw and ready-to-eat product. Cross-contamination of ready-to-eat product of raw products may occur if the layout does not provide for separation of these products. To prevent cross-contamination in the preparation of the products, the following are guidelines for you to consider. Exposed cooked product areas should be physically separated from other areas of the establishment. Non-pedestrian passage openings may be present for the transfer of products or supply. A ventilation system should be used to direct airflow away from exposed cooked product areas. Environmental control equipment such as fans and evaporator condensation pans should not be located above the product. Welfare rooms, dry storage, maintenance box equipment, makeup, packaging, and palletizing areas should be separate but adjacent to the exposed cooked product rooms. Cooked product should be covered in rigid containers to protect it from contamination while in storage. Separate coolers and or freezers should be available to use for exposed cooked product. All cooking apparatuses for exposed products should have separate entries and exit portals. No cooked product wash or reconditioning sinks should be used. Perishable product rooms. Special care should be taken in perishable product rooms to inhibit growth of microorganisms in operations which could contaminate product. In addition, care should be taken to prevent contamination from other operations, such as where raw ingredients are prepared. Non-meat or non-poultry ingredients should be prepared in a room or rooms separate from meat or poultry processing rooms. For example, preparation of raw vegetables for use in product should be performed in a room separate from meat or poultry processing rooms. Edible and inedible product rooms and areas. Edible products can be easily contaminated by contact with inedible products, grease, or sewage for edible product areas. In order to prevent this contamination from occurring, considering the following in the placement of these rooms. The flow of inedible or condemned product should be designed so that it does not come in contact with edible product. An edible products department should be separate and distinct from the areas used for edible products. Inedible product rooms, grease interceptors, and sewage treatment equipment must be located away from the edible product rooms. Hooded, closed chutes that directly lead from the slaughter room to the inedible handling rooms are designed to prevent objectionable odors from inedible or condemned products from entering edible product rooms. If rendering facilities are not available at the establishment, watertight storage facilities should be provided to hold these products before their removal to rendering plants. These storage facilities should be separate and apart from edible product rooms and constructed to prevent unsanitary conditions, including attractions or harborage of vermin. Areas of inedible trucks should be paved and enclosed for ease of cleaning and to control odors or vermin. When necessary, the boiler room should be a separate room to prevent dirt and objectionable odors entering from it into rooms where meat products are processed or handled. As you can see, this is the flow, pedestrian flow and traffic flow. This is using our architects to establish the end product, including the layout of the condensers, so that the condensing units and the condensates are not over the direct product. Thank you for your time. BT Builders is a Florida state licensed general contractor. Our website is www.btbuilders.com. www.btbuilders.com.